For the people looking at travelling to the Greek islands or who may be considering travelling there, I want to share with you the best ways to get around and make the most out of your time there, and some recommendations for visiting some of their top islands and attractions. Arguably the three most travelled islands in Greece are Mykonos, Ios and Santorini, so I'm going to focus on these three in particular. The Greek islands is one of Europe's most travelled destinations, and surprisingly there are many people that are unaware of how easy it is to get around. First of all, going through a tour company or booking through a travel agency isn't always necessary. Of course, this is dependent on the person. By far the cheapest way to travel around the Greek islands is simply doing it yourself. In fact, it's so easy that you don't even need to book a ferry in advance. You can just rock up an hour before and buy a ticket. And for some reason it can be even cheaper buying it in person than it is online. And don't be afraid of travelling solo through the islands, because the Greek islands is a party haven for English speaking tourists, and it's incredibly easy to meet people. Most of the time people are going in the same direction from one island to the next, so you're bound to find people to join. There are many options for ferries around the islands. They run frequent and you have the option to choose fast or slow ferries. Fast ferries will generally be twice as quick, but you will obviously have to pay a higher price. As I said, you can book on the day, but it's a good idea that you have a look at the ferry times a couple of days before so you have an idea. The best website to check the comparison of prices and times for all ferries is called Direct Ferries, but there's also other websites. It's important to note that there are 3 ferry docks in Athens, but just focus on the main one, which is called Athens Piraeus. A ferry from Athens Piraeus to Mykonos will be around 5 hours and costs around €30. Mykonos is without a doubt known for its summer party atmosphere, drawing some of the biggest DJs from around the world to their massive dance clubs. Not only is it famous for its party scene, Mykonos has some iconic landmarks and their trademark Greek architecture. The old town of Mykonos is so different to anywhere else, and you can just get lost in the small alleyways and visit their cute little shops and cafes. Their iconic landmarks include the row of 16th century windmills that run along the elevated section of Old Town. There is no shortage of beaches on the island, and they are all different in their own way. You have the choice to find a nice secluded beach, or if you're down for some daytime partying, there is this option too. Paradise Beach is one of the most famous areas for this. If you're into the clubbing scene, you must go to Cavo Paradiso, a world famous club showcasing the biggest world renowned lineups. The most popular area to stay is around Paradise Beach, and accommodation ranges with shared dorms for €25 per night to hotels from €60 per night. After Mykonos, make your way to Ios, my personal favourite island. A ferry from Mykonos to Ios will take around 5 hours and cost between €20 to €25. You'll be sure to keep on partying on arrival to Ios with a nightlife that never ends. Ios offers big beaches and crystal clear water and many activities to fill up your day. There are also some good spots to find your own rock pool areas and even do some cliff jumping. I highly recommend going to Pathos Bar and Lounge to catch an incredible sunset. It's so epic that they even play dramatic opera music as the sun's setting. People are lost in the vibes and feeling and are mesmerised by the entertainment, and there's a big cheer upon the ending. Accommodation can be as cheap as €12 per night for shared dorms or €50 per night for something a little more private. A ferry from Ios to Santorini will take about 1 hour and cost €20. If you're looking for a more chilled out atmosphere and are up for some more sightseeing, then Santorini is the island for you. Hire a quad bike for €25 per day and just drive everywhere, from one side to the other and back again. Be sure to do a full day boat tour where you visit the Santorini volcano, where you can roam around the crater of an active volcano, the island of Pelea Kameni, which are hot springs with a funny orange coloured water caused by high amounts of sulphur. Just don't open your eyes under the water. And finally, to visit the famous town of Ia. When you get off the boat, instead of walking, jump on a donkey for only €5 to take you to the top of the hill. It's extremely funny and a different experience to anywhere else I've ever been. The sunset in Ia is considered the most famous in the world and is an absolute must when you come to Santorini. I time-lapsed it for an hour and a half for your convenience to get it down to a couple of seconds, so check this out. Accommodation is fairly priced in Santorini, and about €20 per night for shared dorms and anywhere from €50 per night for a hotel. When you're on the Greek islands, you live on gyroses. Actually, they're pronounced gyros, the Greek version of a kebab. Because there's so much competition, they're only €3 and they are so very delicious. I personally lived off them and ate 3 or 4 a day. but that's what happens when you're in Greece. It's just something that you have to do. If you're considering Greek islands as a travel destination, or give yourself the chance to experience it, which I think you absolutely must, these are just some of the many things that you can do and the best way to travel through the popular islands of Greece.